like I said, we will talk about work, which is obviously very, very important, and you will need to understand money in all its sort of forms. So then the question is, why are we doing this session for women? Why are there so many sessions on women? And you know, this is another thing that happens when I get invited to cocktail parties once in a while. And I think I've told Malka this story. I get invited to cocktail parties, and invariably I stand there, go politely stand with the women, and they ask me. So I ask them, what do you do? And they tell me whatever. And then they ask me, what do you do? And then I say, I work in finance. And I kid you not, 99% of the time, the women say, oh, okay, you must be very good at math. You must be very good with numbers. I don't understand numbers, but my husband there is an investment banker. You might want to go and speak to him. They literally shoo me away from the women's group to the men's group, partly because they feel very uncomfortable talking about money. Mental frameworks are very important. And this applies to anything you learn. Whether you're learning about money, about finance, about whatever it is you're studying, you need to understand how bits of information relate to each other. And I find this hierarchy of information very useful. So I kind of say there's 3 levels. One is base or factual level, which is basically what everyone agrees on. What is the definition of something is very important, which is the textbook meaning of terms. Then on top of that, there are concepts. And some of that we'll talk about today. And then the third layer on top of that is opinions. Okay, that's where whoever the author is or the speaker is or the expert, it is their opinion. And sometimes they will preface it with, it is my opinion. Sometimes they will say, I think. But sometimes they say it as they say, this is the way it is. And it's up to you to figure out whether they're talking about their opinion or whether they're talking about something that is factual or conceptual, which most people in the industry agree on, okay? First thing that most people take for granted is good health, mental and physical. So make sure that you have that. That comes above everything else. The second thing that is most important is deep relationships, which is your family and friends who will be there when in your ups and downs. And the third thing is meaningful work or purpose. So that's kind of what is definitely useful. Now the question is, what do you define as meaningful work? And this is a useful concept that I came across a few years ago. It's a Japanese concept called ikigai, where it sort of marries 4 things. One is what you're good at, what you love doing, okay? And they're 2 different things. What you're good at and what you love doing may be 2 different things. So when I ask my nieces who are in your age group, what do you love doing? They love watching movies, okay? That's great, but are you good at it? As in, like, if you watch movies, could you be a good critic? And then they don't know any better. So that means that what they love doing and what they're good at are 2 different things. If you're able to find the 2, that's your passion. Now, then you add a layer on top of that, what you can get paid for. So again, if you love dancing or acting, it may well be that you become an actor, but if you're doing it on a small scale, then you might not get enough payment for it. And then the 4th layer is what the world needs. I believe that it's great if you find all 4, but at least start with the passion, then go on to profession, then go on to vocation and mission. And that's the thing that you will get advice if you ever speak to a career person. You will sort of say, you will get people to say that, you know, in investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But in the area of career, they say, put your eggs in one basket. So whether you talk about what Bill Gates says or what Warren Buffett says or what a whole bunch of people say, they say this, and what they mean, and sometimes they use the word focus, they actually mean that you should focus on a skill that you can be the best at. And they use the word best, or they use the word descriptor world class. What they mean by that, and this is even more relevant now, especially during COVID, because now geography is no longer a limitation of where you find people.